Time now for Sid Cixero. This is what's on my mind this morning. I did not have a single conversation over the weekend with anyone without talking about Russia's attack on Ukraine. I'm sure around the world, for you at home, same thing. But here in Canada, it's very personal. 1.5 million Canadians are either first or second generation Ukrainians. Third highest population outside of the country itself and Russia, believe it or not. A lot of concerned people in this country who just want it to end, and that includes one of the most famous people in this country's history, Wayne Gretzky, seen here back in the day with his late father, Walter. Part of Walter's family tree does go back to Ukraine. So when Wayne speaks on some of the issues going on today, people tend to listen. And that's exactly what happened Saturday night down in the States. The Great One is currently working for TV station TNT as part of their hockey coverage. And like the rest of us, they were talking about Ukraine. For Wayne Gretzky, as I mentioned, it's personal.
And it's not good. Listen, we all agree that this is a senseless war. I talked to a couple of guys this morning who are living in Ukraine. They're actually driving from Kiev with their families 14 hours, dropping them off, driving back and picking up rifles and guns so they can protect their own city. So, you know, Alex isn't driving this bus. It's this one guy that's driving this bus, and it's not good. And we wish everybody in the Ukraine all our best, and our thoughts and prayers are with them.
In that clip, you heard Gretzky mention Alex. He was talking about Alex Ovechkin, for those who don't know, future Hockey Hall of Famer and longtime supporter of Vladimir Putin. He's been taking a lot of heat for that. Friday, Ovi spoke for the first time since the attack began, begged for the war to end, but stopped short of criticizing Russia's president. Gretzky on Saturday also responded to a comment made by longtime Czech goaltender Dominik Hasek, who suggested that all Russians be kicked out of the National Hockey League. As you're about to see, Wayne doesn't go along with that, but when it came to the World Juniors in Edmonton later this summer, which were postponed earlier this year due to COVID, Wayne's compassion came to an end.
Sports gets zeroed in on, right? If we're going to send hockey players home, we should send everybody home, right? It's not just hockey players. There's a lot of other people here who are making a living. But one of the things, I was so glad to see the Polish soccer team step up and say, we're not going to play against them. And I think international hockey should say, we're not going to let them play in the World Junior Hockey Tournament. I think we got, as Canadians, take that stance since the games are going to be played in Edmonton.
Wayne's never been one to ruffle feathers with his comments. It's just not who he is. But that's a big one, what you just heard. Banning Russia from the World Juniors in Edmonton? Jeff Merrick on Hockey Night in Canada this past weekend reported there will be a meeting today by the IIHF, which runs international hockey. And they're going to make some decisions on Russia, who are scheduled to host the Men's World Championships and World Juniors coming up in 2023. Other federations are calling for a blanket ban on the Russian national hockey team, men's and women's. Wayne Gretzky, even in retirement, carries a lot of weight in this game. He's calling for tough sanctions on Russian hockey. Don't be surprised if that happens, maybe even in the next few hours. All right, we're going to take another break here on Breakfast Television. Coming up after the timeout, you sound off. How much of the news did you take in over the weekend?